Good morning, YouTube. So that Tesla is long due for detailing. Yeah, it's long due for detailing. However, while inspecting the car, I noticed this. There's a gap here on the driver's side mirror. So stay tuned, we'll show you how we fix that before we do the wash. So as I said earlier on my intro, on my driver's side camera, there's a gap right here, and I honestly don't know how that happened because I inspected the cap itself. I don't see anywhere I could say there was some sort of impact or anything that happened to it that caused it. However, regardless of how it happened, we have a plan to fix it. So the way I'm planning on fixing it, I went online on eBay, ordered the replacement part, but somehow this one come with a beautiful white diamond color. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove the cap, transfer the cap that my car came with to that molding, to that frame here, and mount it in the car. First thing first, yes, I know what we're trying to replace is outside. However, we need to remove the whole thing here, the whole door panel, the speaker here, so we can have access to the bolt, unmount the bolt from here and pull this out, and all the electrical connectors that lives behind there. To do that, we have to remove this deflector because there's a screw under there. There's also a screw here, and also another screw down there. Yep, there's another screw right here. What I'm gonna use a hexagon chrome screwdriver, feed it into. So for the screw here, there's a cap here. It looks like this once you removed it. It's very simple. You see there's that flange here. You can just literally put your nail and pop it open. And that one here, I'm gonna use a plastic trim remover to remove it so I can have access to the screw. That one here is not covered. Okay, let's do this. Going to bring my flathead screw plastic remover, and there, just like that, comes out. that we remove the 3 bolts, and again the location is one here, and one here. We're ready to remove the whole panel. But before I do that, I'm gonna remove the speaker here. It's supposed to be easy to remove, but sometimes it gives you a little fight. Having a trim remover tools like that help. Yep, just like that. Okay. Cable's still there. Gonna leave that inside for now. Now we have access to the bolt for this. There's one here, there's one down here. That's why it's important to get this out. Now we remove the bolt. Next thing is I'm gonna start up here and start prying it towards me. I want to be gentle, but at the same time I should be able to just pop it. There you go. Okay, now I'm gonna hold it gently, do the disconnectors here. Just gonna rest it here for now. Gonna rest it right there. That's one of the reasons why I had that piece of fabric on the floor, so I don't scratch this. Now I have full access to everything I need for that section here. Now, one more thing to remove. Remember I told you when I purchased the replacement part of eBay, the one that I was able to find came with a white cover. So the goal is to salvage that cover, transfer it to the new unit, and install both of them together. So we're going to remove that one. It's my first time removing it. Let's pray we don't scratch anything or damage anything. Let's get to it. Go, just like that, it's out. Again, another piece to pop open, and I'm expecting it right now. We did a pretty good job. I don't see any broken clips, and we did not scratch it. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to remove this and put the new unit on. So on the other side now, let me get this out of the way for a little bit. Right there. Make some room. Here are the bolts, 1, 2, and I believe there's one more under there. And those are the connectors. So, by the way, this is a 10 millimeter. One down. Okay. So the old part came out, and it was interesting. There's a lot of things I'm seeing here. I honestly don't know what they are. For example, I don't know why this look white like that. I don't know. When we purchased the car, we purchased it as a certified use. Obviously, clean Carfax, clean everything. Something happened there. And yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting. And I also notice, look, this piece here where the screw is supposed to be mounted it's broke. Well, that's how you remove it. Now, one less problem to worry about. Okay. So now, before I install the new one, which is pretty beautiful, very clean. I just wish this was red, but unfortunately that's the only one I could find. Plus I have my cover here. I'm just gonna swipe it over once I take that new one off. Maybe I can post it on eBay for reselling. It's a very, there's no scratch at all. It's very clean. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will serve someone well, but for now we don't need it. Maybe I could save it just in case in the future, and if I bang the car somewhere and then I need another cover, I could have someone paint it for me, someone who does body work paint it for me and just replace it. We never know. So I'm just comparing the one that the replacement part and the one that I just removed, and see if there's any difference. As of now, they look pretty identical, same cable, same color coded. Everything seems to be pretty fine, except that that one is new and this one has seen better days. And there's also one clips here that I noticed this one does not have, so I'm probably gonna have to swipe it. So let's get to it and then we'll install the new one and swipe the caps and then job done. Okay, now we're getting ready to put the new parts in. First thing first, I'm going to feed the wires. Make sure everything is aligned properly. If you don't want to, that's fine. That's probably the OCD in me. I want to make sure everything is aligned properly. Then I'm gonna secure it with some screws. The other one. Okay, let's take a closer look. Now that I have the new piece installed, again I did not remove the cover yet. We're gonna take a look from the inside. That's how it looks like. And let's again take a look at where the bolts were located. One here, and one here. The wire comes through here, and then there's that connector that hold it here. I'm gonna put that in and then connect here. Now before I do this, let's remove the new cap, put the red one on, and then we'll keep up with the job. Let's do a side-by-side comparison here. I think they were pretty identical. Yeah, I think they were pretty identical. So while I'm at it, One thing I'm also going to transfer, I notice when I compare them, I notice the original mirror have a finish here. There's a line in the glass. um, I would like to believe that plays a big part into heating it during winter time when it's cold, so you can have good visibility. But when I look here, I would like to believe that have the same options, however the line is not there. So to keep everything OEM, I think it makes sense to transfer the original glass to the new one and keep everything the same. So this is the mirror that comes with the newer unit. The way I removed it, it sits here like this. So I tilt here manually, just pushing to bring that side out. And then I was able to have enough visibility and clearance to feed my hands in here and pop it forward. As soon as I do that, I notice a difference there. They have the cables. Those will be what heat the glass. However, that cable was in the unit but was not connected. And when I inspect the mirror, the original one have that extra cable from the glass itself that travels here, which is for that connector, which that one did not have. So it wasn't a bad idea to swipe to the original one. So now it's time to install it. What I'm thinking on doing, I'm gonna position this manually, like put it on a neutral position. So when I'm pushing, I can just push the mirror straight into it and not having to worry about any rotation that can get in the way. And that one goes here. Okay. And that one goes here. And that one goes here. Okay. Just like that. And then align it and then just push just like that, and then everything should be in place. And then from there, let's give it a little cleanup. Oh yeah. Yeah, after this the car is gonna get washed, so I still put it there. Yeah, this way I make sure I retain all the original function of the car itself. Now what we have to do technically is just put everything back together. I still have that side open because while I have it open, there's little minor things that I find out that I also had to fix, to fixing other things that is not specific to that video. That's why it takes me a little bit longer. However, yes, you can do it. Part purchased on eBay and it's all installed. So now, one thing I forget to mention, I didn't want to focus too much on the part where you install the door panel back because there's other videos online on how to do this. But one thing I wanted to bring your attention to, not only aligning the pin themselves is very important, make sure they align, but this one here, that groove not only is a housing for this plastic, but it's also an housing for the speaker, for the tweeter right here. So if you miss that, you just sit it there, it's not gonna stay strong. So you need to kind of find a way to not only connect it, make the piece fit, and then it will just lock itself into place. This way it's not flimsy and shaking while you're playing your nice music. Now, thank you for watching. Enjoy. Feel free to comment and share the video. Subscribe.